Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelvin. Today I'm going to talk about the next step of China's modernization, which is China's international image. But first, let me talk about what is international image. So by definition, it means the perception, reputation, and overall impression of a country. It can influence by several factors, for example, the cultural influence, human rights, and the rule of law of a country. A positive international image can bring about different benefits, for example, the economic advantage, as the foreign investors might choose to invest a country with positive national image. It can also facilitate diplomatic relations, as these countries can easily build alliances with other countries. However, a negative international image might induce a financial loss and the diplomatic isolation. Other countries might distance themselves or even cut off the diplomatic ties with these countries. So now let's bring our focus back into China. Here are some factors that can negatively impact China's international image. For example, this photo shows that a Chinese student pooped in the station, and this one is Chinese citizen stealing clam in Japan. It can negatively impact China's international image among their societies. This one is a diplomat of China. She's called Hua Chunying, and this one is Chao Li Chen. And they've got the wolf warrior diplomacy. The wolf warrior diplomacy means a more assertive and combative approach adopted by the Chinese government, Chinese diplomat in recent years, especially after Xi Jinping has become the General Secretary of CCP. This new style of diplomacy is characterized by provocative statements and confrontational behavior displayed by Chinese diplomats. It might lead to increased tensions, misunderstanding, and deterioration of trust between China and other countries. The China's negative international image has already got several consequences. For example, the economic impacts. China, for example, China got the world-leading 5G technology, and they got their homemade phones like Huawei. However, some countries has refrained from using this type of technology as they think Chinese government will collect the personal information of their general public. They also got the diplomatic challenges as the wolf warrior diplomacy mentioned above has increased tensions with the United States. They also got the technology sections, as China has restricted from exporting high-tech, for example, the semiconductors. However, some people might argue that the Belt and Road Initiative has improved China's international image. Therefore, the next step of China's modernization will not be improving its international image. But first, let me talk about what is Belt and Road Initiative. It's a China's foreign economic policy aimed at enhance the connectivity and promote the economic cooperation with countries along the roads of the Asian Silk Road. They provide the financial support for the BRI country for their infrastructure development, for example, the highway or the bridge. The results shows that the rating of Chinese leaderships in these countries has increased by 15 percentage points, which some people might think that Chinese government has already improved their international image. But however, the BRI has lack of transparency, as the reading mentions that the BRI has no clear criteria for what qualifies as a BRI project, as there are very limited information about the early stage of projects, which raise concerns about the transparency. It can lead to the suspicion among the other countries. Also, there are dominance of Chinese company as the reading shows that out of all the contractors participating in the Chinese-funded project, 98% are the Chinese companies. While this dominance might benefit China economically, it also creates the perception of unfair competition and limited opportunities for local and international participation. Therefore, the BRIs cannot improve has hindered China's effort to improve its international image. However, some people may also argue that the Confucius Institute can improve the China's international image, as the Confucius Institute has promoted the cultural exchange and understanding. For example, promote the Chinese language, culture, and values in other countries, which foster the cultural exchange and understanding, which ultimately improve China's international image. But however, the Confucius Institute are perceived as a propaganda tool, as they are closely related to Chinese government. They are some people might view the Confucius Institute as a tool to spreading Chinese propaganda. There are also some concerns about the political influence, as their critics argue that the Confucius Institute promotes a particular narrative of Chinese culture that aligns with government's interests and policy, which hinders its ability to improve China's international image. Therefore, in conclusion, the Chinese government has created Confucius Institute and Belt and Road Initiative to improve its international image. However, due to several factors, there are very little improvement on China's international image, which hinders them to improve its national image. Therefore, I think the next step of China's modernization will still be improving its national image. And this is the end of the video essay. And here are the reference lists.